was the perfect logic.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another race of Crosskeys. It's another 3-0 race between GFE and Skele. We've got Toffile and Arm here to talk. Me and Linda will be doing the tracking, so I'm going to let them talk so I can push buttons.
Yeah, thanks so much for kicking us off and getting there on the tracker.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. This is a Crosskeys matchup in the Crosskeys 2024 tournament. Week 4, I believe our runners are 3-0, so this will be a couple more undefeateds. One of them will go down to the one-loss bracket, and the other one will continue on.
The increasingly scary one-loss bracket, which includes 2 of the past 3 champions, and only because the third has 2 losses. This has been quite a tournament for upsets, but I am not surprised to see either of these players at 3-0. So this feels like whoever's falling down to that 3-1 bracket is going to be joining the scary opponent squad, and whoever's 4-0 is breathing a sigh of relief that they got through one hard matchup unscathed, and I guess still right into the fire in the 4-0 bracket, but without a loss to their name.
Yeah, I think at least around 4-0 you can kind of start taking a bit of a breath, just because you can go 50, 500 for the rest of the tournament and still make it to the plane race, but I'm sure they want that guaranteed slot of 1 win, but one loss.
Especially, Skele has a history in that play-in race. The last 2 years, he is 50-50 in making it past that race after ending up there. GFE, I think, kind of searching last 2 years has been 1 win short of making that play-in race. So,
yeah, but two very, very skilled runners on a lot of different fields. So GFE I'd say probably more of a mystery player than Skele, but I know Skele loves to do all sorts of modes like no logic glitches modes and other stuff.
Yeah, he's currently in that tournament right now, running pretty deep, I believe.
Yeah.
So hopefully he remembers that walls exist in this mode and that places go where they're supposed to. But
places don't go to where they normally go to because we have crossroad entrance randomizer on. But as long as we stay within the walls, I think we're pretty good. For those unfamiliar with the flags, that we have the ability to take connectors between our Dark World and Light Worlds, and our dungeons and all our entrances are all muddled around the overworld. We also have full dungeon key sanity, so all our dungeon items have been shuffled. We need maps to figure out our dungeon prizes and big keys and small keys to do checks.
Hey. Nice first item out of Sank on both sides. Bow, pretty convenient to have a weapon this early.
Yeah.
A decent location for Sank as well.
Yeah. Decent.
That's a hookshot cave that we are not going to take for a while.
Yeah. Decent location for it, though. Skele remembering there is a guard behind the bushes over there.
Yep. And potentially getting the, oh no. Well, we'll be back here with bombs, hopefully, soon.
It's right, literally a screen away from start.
Yep. So that's one of our 5-item caves accounted for. Still, early on, a lot of loaded entrances to find.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bomb shop. No money yet to pay the bomb shop. So, obviously they're doing a sync start here. Are you more a favor of the Houlihan opening or the nice palace over it out?
Spike Cave also something we'll be back to later. I have been experimenting with an opening that I saw from previous Crosskeys champion Goomba recently, which is I guess I would call it an abbreviated Houlihan, where you just skip the Houlihaning part and rush Hylia Island area, like those entrances north of the lake. And basically what that does is, because of the Octorok bullets counting as enemy kills, it loads you up with a higher tier tree pull, a nice sword pull in town, and bombs. And that lets you, depending on where Sank is, immediately pull a tree for resources or get something there. But I think that all of them have like varying advantages in terms of what you get. I previously was a Snake starter, so I would bias towards that of the other common openings.
Yeah, and honestly, to be honest, right now, finding pod here. Oh god, we have a bow too for pod.
Ew.
So that's 3 in logic items. But finding pod here is nice because pod has a lot of bombs in their pods sitting around.
Yep. And there is going to be a rupee pot that we'll have to navigate to in this Mimic's room. A little non-traditional movement, but definitely doable.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one of these pots has a bundle of arrows underneath it, but... Ooh, okay. Well, I think Mimics are in the vanilla pool today.
Yep. GFE following suit into this side of pod. So, a couple items off the bat here. Sword and bow, pretty nice to pick up. And that means that both runners will probably have this hype cave cleared up. Small key to desert, also sort of informing what connectors we'll be taking early if we have an option.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this is a pretty quick death warp, and this kind of will set them up for a pretty good route later on. I kind of imagine Skele probably loops around and finish out. Maybe they both do it. They loop up north and then go to Hype Cave.
Yeah.
Though Skele hasn't seen Hype Cave. That's a bottle.
No. Yeah,
Was that a bottle?
I'm sort of interested. It was a compass.
It was a compass, yeah.
Nice little blue circle there. I find... Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so Skele is just rushing into this desert immediately, sort of stranding these other two North CAC entrances, which sort of implies to me that his plan is to death warp out of here rather than take one of the connectors.
Yeah.
Which is not an unreasonable decision. Big Key to Thieves Town lined up for potentially an early, slightly out of logic dungeon clear. But I think that sort of... We might see a different reaction from GFE. I think he's a little more prone to going on adventures as opposed to hard committing to, less of a chance of dumping yourself in Dark World.
I mean, I think so, but I think they're both just gonna probably just take the items in Death Warp. It's like this is 3 free items, and then you just kind of go back to your route. And then you can we're still right next to spawn essentially. Like you don't have to follow this connector.
Yeah, and it is also the middle entrance of Desert for what it's worth, which means that it's getting from the left or the middle, like that connection from the left to the middle or the left to the right entrances is actually kind of a pain. But middle to the right side is, you just lift the pots and you're right on over here. But I guess we do see Skele popping on out of the TR connector bridge. And unfortunately cannot tree pull that Mario face as a bunny.
Oh. So he's going to leave behind. He hasn't discovered... Oh god, there's our first spot wonky. Well, I guess I know where we're probably going back in a second.
Yeah, interesting decision here to do these entrances rather than using the save and quit to check the drop, having not found well. But this could also just be sort of a defensive play, as like this is a pretty common earlier area to go, and you don't want to leave it too far behind of where your opponent could grab it.
Yeah. GFE's also going this way. We'll see if he opts to go for Sank or for Kakariko. Oh, another bot small.
And a bottle.
I think it also just might be. You haven't saved the quit to Link's house yet. Don't lose that item. You can lose that item pretty often if you're not careful.
Yeah, I think I generally agree with the ensuring you have the Link's house item. I just have a slight preference for the sort of more condensed route there. And I believe that was the Smith house we just saw there.
Yeah.
But Skele's following this all the way up to the eastern area, which is... I think this is something that another previous Crosskeys champion is, I've mentioned Gooba, but Schulzer has brought up that one of the things in this mode is that the mirror between Light World and Dark World is not saving you a bunch of time in a lot of areas, except for this one. So there's this sort of tension of like, this is 4 entrances that you can completely do very early versus are you capable of doing it later with the mirror to save time? And Skele's sort of choosing the get this Light World stuff cleared out early.
Yeah.
GFE notably finding the Back of Skull Woods, one more entrance that we just kind of don't have to worry about later, and just picking up the one available item and being done there.
Yeah. Of course, like if Skele gets there with a lamp and a small key, he might just go one trip it. TR main here.
Kind of a annoying location for that.
Big key to Eastern Palace. And the hammer. Hammer's nice. The hammer's nice. That's 3 more items the back is saying. Haven't seen the potion shop, so we'll probably go turn that in. Skele might also be fishing for a glove just so he can kind of start looping around some of the north. Oh, good. We completely walked by GT the first time around.
That's fine. There's nothing we can really do in here. No keys, no... I mean, we have the hammer. I guess we can do the bomb jump on left side.
I think it's too early for that.
Well, I think that there's... how much of a degree of bomb jump? I'm talking about just the hookshot room. Just the first hookshot accessible room, and going no further. Like, we don't have the hearts or anything for anything else, but
True.
I'm a pretty big fan of picking off that first room because not only is it just hookshot locked, but it's also 0 small key locked. So there's basically, as soon as you get hookshot, it's the most in-logic thing for you to do. And GFE slamming another connector here rather than following north out of CAC.
Yeah.
Potentially hunting down an early mountain.
Yeah, we did actually find this gold small key here in Waterfall Ferry. So,
Skele slashing some bushes in the hope for the 1 rupee drops that would just barely get him to bottle vendor money.
Yeah. Let's see where the last exit of Desert Palace is, and it is the mountain.
It's nice, potentially opening up another couple save and quit points.
Skele's got his money for bottle vendor now. And GFE found the old man. Let's see what our just 10 arrows on them. So both torch items are dead today.
Yep.
I think Skele's gonna be the
Skele. Yep. Pretty easy with a sword, and not actually as hard as it looks without one, because all those bottom left corners can sort of nicely normalize you without anything. Is that a death on the GFE side? Ooh. Did we get the old man? We did.
Yeah,
okay.
We did.
That's the important part.
He's halfway through it. And that's incredibly cursed.
That's gonna get interesting. Yes and no. The one interesting thing I'll note about that exact placement is it means Meyer is specifically hookshot locked because you need the hookshot to get those boots, and that is the only other way into Meyer.
Yeah.
Now, Skele really has no reason to not go north. Ooh, nice glove on old man out of logic.
Skele will probably find that sooner than later, though.
Well,
actually,
maybe.
It'll depend if he finds a flute, he'll definitely get it. But
yeah, or a different connector up here. But following that desert left is not necessarily a huge priority until you have Moon Pearl. So I could see that taking a minute.
Yeah,
Ganon is not in one of the terrible locations today. Just sitting right here in the woods.
And now we're gonna discover that it's the mirror and lumberjack or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to see you can go sideways. Oh, okay.
Hey, it's
a great thing to find early.
Yeah.
Not a ton up on the mountain besides that glove for GFE, but that's a really good find.
Yeah.
It's at least something to counter the boots advantage that Skele is slowly building.
Yeah. Ooh, half magic on the an almost vanilla Tower of Hero, just a little lower on the mountain today.
Big key 2.
GR.
Lock, which we saw was a crystal, which is so that's a really nice pickup. And different blue item, not necessarily as important, sitting there on the castle tower climb. So we will not have to see Aghanim this seed, probably.
Bottom of Paradox Cave, we cannot get through the block because we don't have the Iridus block to lead. Not that it's in logic, but
7 items, no one's going to stop because of that.
I miss what was in
like
box. I miss what was in the box. Oh, nice.
Just blue. Okay. So we have a connector that is hookshot locked, and that looks like a really nice save equip point for front of Old Man, leading to Floating Island Dark World to the back of Hookshot Cave. We've peaked a medallion, and we just kind of get to do these drop downs pretty cleanly.
That was the well over at Sanctuary. Oh, okay. The other side of Hookshot Cave that we started next to. And
Bumper Cave. Here's Uncle, which... Let's see, if I've been tracking my connectors correctly, that means there is also nothing behind the GT climb, just the old useless ferry.
I believe that is the case. So, logically, there's some implication. There's still some potential implications for having to beat Aga Tower, but it's probably not going to happen.
Nice little strat from Skele, who was the winner of the Casual Boots Crosskeys tournament a couple years back, and now it was the nice little Light World water walk set up to get from that side of things over to Witch Hut.
Yep.
Oh, that's cute. You could water walk either direction. That is the end of that north route for Skele. Coming away with those boots on everything is a pretty large advantage, though, again, that glove on GFE side is definitely an equalizer for now.
Yeah. GFE did not go and take a look at the back of Escape.
Yeah. Might take a minute to remember the hammer actually lets you get there.
I just want to say there was something good on the other side of Spectacle Rock that I'm surprised. Ooh, Desert Palace Big Key.
Yeah, that is a really nice one to pick up. No fire source yet, but that may actually be the thing that gets Skele through that other side of desert immediately.
He's gonna.
That might. We got some cleanup to do here first.
Yeah.
I guess one other thing worth noting is that we can bonk to this hookshot cave item, but it is also logically hookshot locked.
Yeah.
And also worth noting that we can not do anything else in Hookshot Cave because the tournament rules this year have told you that you cannot do any of that nonsense.
Yeah.
GFE just skipping any of the bomb jump shenanigans and going down the drop. Picking up that small key to Ice Palace. He knows where the other side of that is.
Yeah, Skele's like, wait a second. I have better things to do than check a connector. I have entrances.
Yep.
That's honestly not a bad exiting point.
I would say so as well. Really not too horrible.
Skele's like, wait a second, I can go get the key now. And then drop down later.
Yeah, I guess once you're already here, you probably drop down and finish this up, just because walking all the way... Okay, or not.
I mean...
Walking all the way back in is kind of slow, but I guess you know where the front is, so it's not the worst.
Yeah, the front is probably faster to get to. And he still has 2 more things to check over here.
Yep.
So... just bombs on...
where are we off?
Game. He's got 1 more entrance here, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
GFE's going to make the play deeper into pod. It's missing a couple more keys that Skele's picked up. This might be Skele doing castle. Oh, and like says Walk Rocks.
Pick off this boots. Yep.
Be interesting to see if it's going to be like Hookshot in the basement of pod.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nice little shortcut here on the way up to castle as opposed to going the other way around. Nope, just a red rupee. And we're just saving quitting to all of our wonderful starting points of this seed. There's this Skull Woods. Skelly's going to pick off this item and then Death Warp out.
Yeah, then discovered Smat Bad at the drop down.
Yep. And I don't think GFE has turned in this mushroom yet.
No.
There's a sick kid we'll be back to, so we'll see how long we can wait for him to hold off on that. Probably gonna happen immediately, but I've heard of crazier things than people preserving the mushroom this early.
I mean, if I'm GFE right now, what I want to do is I turn the mushroom in and then I go fake flipper myself over and check the other two drop downs on the west side of the river, just because one of them is probably sink and I can lift the rock. If it's it's the well, and if it's at sink, I can lift the rock. And that's
yeah.
5 items.
You also kind of want to continue that entire route around if you're GFE with the glove, because you also have access to the DM Ascent entrance as well.
Yeah.
Skele using this bottle to get 50 rupees. Again, we have money on bush crab, so money is not really a huge concern this seed.
Skele also has found a dam, so he'll be able to check the dam item if he continues west to desert from here. It's one side.
Okay. Big item cave. So, I guess we are a lamp out of logic for our glove and a hook out of logic for our boots. So the question is, which of these important items do we find first? Just idly thinking through. Okay, both sides have the very important Eastern Big Key to go with that check 0 or check 1 bow.
Yep.
Skele leaving the Ice Rod Cave area for later.
Full Heart Container is not too bad at this stage of the game, and hey, it's CSAM.
Okay, decision time. You have the big key, you have the hammer, you have no small key. Where does this end?
This one, and when we pull the small key out of like the big key chest, and then our decision's made for us.
I think that with a, if you didn't have this sword to fight blind, like if you had to fight it with some significant, like the hammer fight on, what is it, 6 Hearts Green Mail, I would probably avoid the back of this. But with sword, I think I'm okay just pushing back, especially with the early boots. I kind of have this inclination that I would like to... Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I got you. I'm just gonna say he just purposely took a bop on the side like that.
Okay. We're keeping this honest. We are not gonna go all the way to the back.
Yeah. I mean, it is swamp out. It is, the dam entrance, so it isn't exactly the hardest thing to get back to.
That's fair.
There's still a lot in the world where you might be able to pull it, and then you don't feel super bad about orphaning something 20 minutes into the race.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like anything too important out of that well from GFE's side, using the glove that was, pulled a little out of logic early.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Skele will have closed that glove gap very shortly, finding the front side of the old man rescue.
Yeah. Yeah, and found it before going out to Ice Rod Cave area, which is probably the nicer thing of the bunch.
Yes.
Because of all the glove rocks, that's the most annoying one to get back to.
Yes.
We'll actually probably be the first one to take a look at what's at the Desert Palace big chest, though, because he'll find Desert Palace on the left side of here, and then trying to close that.
And I think we did not see GFE push further into. Oh well, oops. Did not see GFE push further into TR. Skele taking a moment of decision to figure out whether he will push further into this side of TR, and taking a laser to the back. But I think with the small key, you don't have to fight this pokey. You can kind of just go through. The concern, obviously, is that this is a known crystal, and you have a chance of needing to use your small keys to get to the back. And Skele knows where the front is, though, so I think that's kind of a tiebreaker where you don't have to use a small key to punch through Chomp to the front and then also go to the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need a net 2 small keys, I believe, to get through this. So you can always just worst case. This is worst case if the back is locked somewhere that you can't access without following through. So
yeah.
I think it's the kind of thing where you just accept that if I have to do this, I'll just go kill the pokey that time and accept the 25-second time loss.
Yeah. Burnout is a nice pickup, though.
Deeply out of logic, but it is very nice, especially for this room. Just this Chomp's movement is what is this other Chomp doing? Oh, okay.
All right, well that's the whole
logic now.
Yeah, that's that'll be interesting because he can go do right side Death Mountain as well.
Yeah, that is something that we had not seen. Also saves him actually.
You can beat Hera too.
Oh yeah! Wow, that is a huge pull. Also, the next save and quit from Skele. There
Skele.
we go.
He's like, wait a second. I got a big key. I got to check here.
Next save and quit from Skele is just immediately rushing off to that hookshot cave that's right by Sank, correct?
Yeah.
Did we not peek that earlier? Okay.
He did. I think he forgot it. It's been a bit of a...
Yeah. Yeah. That fast boots is a lot. Oh, wow. Everything is coming together extremely quickly for Skele here.
Yeah. Now the best part is for Ice Red Cave, he doesn't even have to, dash out over there from the south. He can just, go out of Kakariko, take the Whirlpool while doing DM Descent, or DM Ascent.
Yeah, clean up the well, clean up DM Ascent. Yeah, I think that is after Hookshot Cave on the order of priorities, but probably, that's 1A, 1B, because Hookshot Cave is just done immediately, and then that's there.
Yeah.
And
GFE has found...
Yep. Now we get to see GFE face the exact same decision about do we go back or do we not.
Well, he's managed to get himself here at 1 heart. I think he's going to make the exact same decision.
Yep. Everyone playing this tournament with the cleanest hands possible, it looks like, except for these boots. Those are, I guess now, they've been laundered into a clean item.
Yeah, so it's the glove that's completely dirty.
Yep.
So he's like, oh, god damn it.
Yep.
There's one more item in TR you can go grab now.
I wouldn't... That's actually tough. I think you don't go back solely because killing those 2 pokies on Fighter Sword is horrendous.
Well, he's got Burner now. But yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I guess you could get... Okay. So that Burna is now... I'm going to call that Burna... I guess the cape is more important. Well, I guess it's also fire lock or lamp lock. So disregard all those loops. The cape is boots locked, which is lamp locked, or love locked, which is lamp locked, and then that Burna also gives us access to that spike cave in town. So I guess we're some weird combination of steps to logically doing spike cave.
Yeah. Once we find the lamp, it kind of pops and resolves itself. Yeah, just arrows on the ledge. We did pull Quake. Quake can stun the Pokies and freeze them in place.
Okay. I like that. And we have first crystal, sub 30 minutes per Skele side. That is, with everything else, that is potentially the sign of a fast seed. Though, I guess the TR crystal is extremely looming.
Yeah. Yeah, the ice rod can get off to many, many places, and you should not be happy about seeing that. Yeah, I think
GFE's route ended, and we are going to see Skele get these other checks.
Yeah, GFE's problem right now is that he not doing chomps is going to cost him a lot of time.
Well, also not doing the bomb jump. There's multiple things adding up that are problematic. They chain into each other.
Yeah, the bomb jump's kind of like a... Chomps, on the other hand, when you find TR right side, it's just like, oh, God. I get why now you don't want to
have the small key, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think without the small key, it's sort of unfortunate.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's logically possible, but it's incredibly... Mechanically, it's incredibly hard to do with this equipment.
It's, I guess, let's see, you have a ranged weapon to hit the switch, and you can kind of lock yourself in there and use bombs to clear the skulls. It's more, it just takes forever. Okay, so here's this, and now Skele gets to, that's adorable, clean up the checks that you could have accessed from the other side for free.
Yeah. Let's take a look and see what's inside Crystal Roller Room.
One arrow for your troubles.
An arrow to refill the arrows.
Okay. I believe it's hookshot cave time.
Yeah.
And this actually, if Skele follows through, breaks his eventual check of the Old Man connector up really nicely. Because the front of Old Man will take him to the top of Dark Mountain, and then let him clean up the Dark World entrances that were relatively inaccessible to start. Or, well, worse than doing the Light World entrances that he has logical access to. Okay, so... Logical Hookshot Cave gives us... one of the good maps. One of the maps you definitely want the most.
And nothing else.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Misery Mire map ever, so...
No. GFE's finally making the play to Eastern area. We did see the other side of Bomber Cave over Nice Rod Cave area, too, so...
Okay.
I think Skele's gonna go clean some of these Glove Orphans up a bit.
Yep.
I
don't know if this is... I guess if you're going to the well first, this is faster. Yeah, because you want to do the well first before anything else.
Yeah.
I think there's a question of, now that the boots are in logic, do you check where that twins connector goes? Just because it is logically accessible and relatively quick to reverse through. GFE with a pretty nice and pretty standard splash delete here. Clean up all the water checks that, well, Skele knows are in logic, but GFE does not.
Yeah. Oh, second sword.
That's a good pickup from a spot that I guess Skele will probably get to sooner rather than later, but could easily be something that someone delays.
I mean, the problem with the Brothers Connector, I think, right now is, like, I'm not sure where exactly it's going to get you that is beneficial, but maybe I'll take it now.
I think it's more of a, you are right here, and you kind of want to know, like, if you're already here, you just kind of want to know. But here's TR back, so we will have no small key problems today. We know that this is currently a lamp or 3 TR smalls out of logic to do all of these checks because of, well, or this other glove. Right. To access that. So there's the mirror. Okay. That's a great pickup for GFE. GFE.
Yeah.
Now the seed is kind of just blown open.
Yeah, Skele will be over here in just a second as well. I think Zora might be the answer.
There's a reasonable number of possibilities, but Zora is definitely one of them. Yep, because of that. Unfortunate, yeah, no Pearl to get that water walk on GFE side. Gonna take the safe way, hopping out of the water, versus the kind of sketchy swim through Zora area where if you get hit, everything is bad. Okay. And that is one shot to get this Splash Elite for GFE with his current situation of resources.
So GFE should know that his glove is... that the flippers are available somewhere, because normally either that or he has to find another glove.
Yep.
And it's probably flippers. Because he didn't probably pull bits.
Okay, what map we got here? Oh, the other good map. I'm saying this because those are the two dungeons where you want to do all the checks in them, and then the boss is very far away from everything else. Okay, clean Splash Elite to get this lamp. That also gives us a not in logic clear of Skull Woods available. So we have two known locations for clearable crystals that are out of logic on top, or not crystals, dungeons. A third dungeon that is clearable if and when we find it in Eastern. We are actually just kind of racking up the items we would need to just get some dungeons done.
Yeah. We got a mirror, so we can start working our way through the top of Death Mountain here.
Skele probably slightly head scratching on the mirror logic here of, well, maybe it's the shield, because his invulnerability item is behind all 4 TR smalls.
Yeah. Well, whenever he gets around to taking a look at the desert rocks, it'll snap into focus for him. GFE's going to go for hair entrance. Makes sense. Can also get the half magic over here as well, which will be nice.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, it's happening.
Oh.
Is there a resource accessible on the mountain that he remembers about? So we is one of these in the bomb pad?
He's gonna do here basement.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you got this fire source, you might as well make use of it.
This hair small was on laser bridge, correct, and therefore out of logic, but if you get the mirror here, it's like, you know, kind of assume that there's some logic that points you in the right way.
Yeah.
Skele opting to clean up some lower sphere stuff here, or I guess not lower sphere, but, you know, more accessible stuff before potentially checking where your old man save and quits are and just ending up in Dark World mirroring.
Well, hey, there's some bombs.
Slightly overpriced, but
Skele with 3 pod smalls is going to go do a bunch of pod. This also makes a lot of sense.
yeah, 3 is basically 4 with how much they have not sort of found everywhere, so that's fine. And that being the 4 to put the back in true logic, or at least the I guess with the in logic lamp that Skele has, we know that there's 3 checks back here that are logical, and then another pile that you can pick up. And this is another crystal, by the way.
Yeah.
So, common practice is just you spend the small key back here and just hope you get the 4th. But
pretty much.
Yep. It's always a bit terrifying to do so, especially when you have as many other big keys and items as they have this early into this race. There was definitely a match in the 3rd week that was decided by a pod small having been used or not.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to go take a look at some of these Dark World entrances that neither runner has checked before. At this point, like, only like Checkerboard Cave is out there for like where a moon curl could be in the Dark World, other than the Pyramid Ledge.
Yeah, or some really, horrible connector chain along the way.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Oh, well, there's that ice rod.
Yeah. And GFE's going to go back into TR now with the Master Sword. So this will be his suck shot, and might get slightly annoyed.
Probably his boots. There we go. No, you need the bomb. Not here, just like in general.
Yeah. Skele's grabbing the last chest out of here.
Yeah, I would have probably wanted to grab that first shot through, just in case it's the big key, because you're spending the same amount of time down there.
Yeah. And this will be, I think Skele's going to go take a look at Mimic Cave and Spiral Cave entrances.
Yep. That sounds very reasonable. GFE gonna do this long pokey kill and then be disappointed by the other side of the mountain.
I got it, Spiral Cave.
Yeah.
And now Scully still hasn't saved quit the Elden so he doesn't know it's the floating island connector. That's the other side of Super Party.
Yep, and Skele has done all of this stuff down here already, so
yeah, he's just
going
going
to worry about that.
Yeah, now we're just going to discover Spiral Cave. It's our Bumper Cave connector, and it's going to take us to Storm Palace. This randomizer loves putting Spiral Cave in front of the Bumper Cave connector. And I forget, we have somebody who cosplays the Storm Palace in chat, of course.
Okay. Then, yeah, we are booted out of an exit that we no longer have to check, and gives us a slight pause on any longer bunny walks in Dark World, actually. Because that's one of the two mirrorable entrances down there that we just don't have to care about.
Yeah, of course, Skele here is going to go and discover that this is the... basically, this is going to get spit him out on the Dark World equivalent of where he is. And only have to check race game.
Yeah, cleanly wraps that up.
Yeah, I don't think he went through this one, so he doesn't know. I think he's still looking for the island, the top of mountain connector.
No, he turned around and walked the other way out. Yep, as I was saying, GFE gonna be killing these pokies the sort of annoying way, and then getting this check, and then hookshotting over to the other side of the mountain and discovering that we could have just done this the fast way. Nope. Our Pearl is not in one of its normal haunts today. It will just be in one of the other normal haunts. And, still no check of the old man save and quits from Skele. We're just kind of continuing this on, which leads me to believe he's going to GT here to do more of it. Just dense checks as fast as possible.
He's into desert again.
No? Okay. I'm guessing wrong.
He's going up the mountain. So he doesn't know about the fact that old man is saving quits up there, but he can... This is like here on top of the... He can knock out everything else on the end now.
Yep. We've done the connector bridge, so we can just do the middle drops and be done with it once we cut over to the other side.
You know,
if you're about to get the flippers that put most of this into logic.
Yeah. Skele's going to do her basement too, because that's a pretty bad fire source, and you'd hate this to be your fire rod.
Yeah, or your pearl or anything like that. Yeah, it's right in CAC in one of those top 3 sort of Blind's Hut, Elder House entrances is where GT is.
Elder House, right? Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Relatively
actually
free to get back to, so
that's actually Saha's actual house. He's just kind of hiding out in the Eastern Palace area in the game.
yeah, she's busy cat sitting, you know.
Yeah, basically.
Art piece parity achieved there. Yeah, GFE approaching what, 35 minutes of boots disadvantage, which is a solid chunk, but not unrecoverable.
No. I mean, right now, kind of Skele's just kind of hit like more of a. It's not like GFE's missed a lot either, but Skele's been a lot more efficient in everything so far, so that'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah. Sort of just order of operations on items, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially, like, Skele isn't really ahead anything, though, aside from the Moldorm kill.
No, but I think, like, right now, like,
Takes the boots, but, you know, ignoring that, like, no other items.
Yeah. GFE took the rock drop down.
It's fine. It's a save and quit back up to the top to take the other one.
Yeah.
So let's see. Just cataloging dungeons that we could potentially still need to find. We have not found Eastern, we have not found Desert, we have not found Swamp, and we have not found Ice or Mire. So that's a decent chunk of those.
We have seen Ice. Ice is,
Oh, right.
Thicket.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
correct.
Thicket.
Yep. I guess one other notable outstanding thing that is probably a pretty quick priority for either of these runners is getting back to that. It's not a great entrance to get to, but that back of Paradox Cave is 7 mirror accessible items as soon as they rush that way.
Yeah. So up there. I do
Also,
think,
just like with the nature of Paradox Cave, there's a lot of, well, you have bunny walked to, oh, here we go, fully clearable Eastern. As both players do this, yeah, we'll watch the boots advantage right here in real time. But the nature of Paradox, it's, you know, they have the bottom. It's so easy for one of the other 2 entrances to be in Dark World and then spit you out of, you know, top of Bumper Cave or some basically fake Light World entrance, and then you walk back in and you're suddenly in logic to get those. Let's see. Kane opens up 1 check for us.
2. But
well, 1 logical check, right?
Top room in front of in GT conference room, TR conference room.
Right. We do have access to that very gross TR main all the way over at Eastern.
Yeah.
A bunch of other out-of-logic checks, too, with that game. But I don't think that Skele really wants to push that all the way to back of TR at this point.
No, only if we happen to find the fire rod. Oh, God. Okay, well, we're doing TR. We're going to beat Eastern. We'll check the engines, and then we're going to go kill a Trinex. It's on Skele's side, I think.
Yeah, he knows where the back is. I guess doesn't have to follow through, so would have to go back to. I guess that's a crystal, and you get to clear the front out. So it's actually a pretty. That's actually something you want to prioritize pretty quickly.
Yeah, you get to do it.
See, that was yeah. I was thinking if there was a reason to pair that with the Paradox check by taking the Whirlpool, but it's not one of. It was just on the island and not one of the other Ice Rock Cave area entrances, so not really. So Skele probably going to be at 3 crystals sub. I guess maybe 2 crystals in a pendant sub hour.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on what's here on Eastern. Fire Rod Fire Rod Kane is going to push GFE into getting his boots, though, because he can do Compass Room now. But
yeah, and again, it's just time loss. That's it. It's not like any progression that GFE has missed.
Yeah. Skele with a little bit of bad luck here with the Igors.
Yeah, I don't think you kill those in no logic, right? So that might be the problem. You know, you're jumping through the wall into Armos, so just a little rusty on basic kill room strats.
At this point, you probably hold off on doing Mothgill until you go when you go check Pyramid. Because Mothgill can't have the Moon Pearl, so no reason not to run back over there just yet.
Makes sense.
Oh, you know what else we can do now?
What?
We have a Fire Rod, a Hammer, a Glove, a Samaria,
yeah, and Samaria,
and one small
and a
key.
big key.
And
okay, yeah, sure. Let's just keep killing some bosses.
go kill Goldster. Oh, hey, it's Swamp House.
Okay, and that is also a crystal.
That's not the first.
Okay, so we are still officially missing one item from Go mode. That's a good thing to know because we were rapidly approaching potential Go mode right here, right now. Actually,
Yeah.
We 2 items, right? Pod big. So yep, here's this ice clear on path magic. This should be fine. GFE not loading back up on health, which sort of implies to me that he's going to go somewhere first before ice, which is, yep, this hookshot cave that he's not done yet. Nice little bomb strat there for the penguin room. And Skele remembers that you do not need to hit the switch if you have big key.
Nope.
You can just kind of go through, and it makes iced tea easier to access.
Yeah. He's only got one key, so he can't do the faster strat, which is to drop down and use the key door. But he'll just go back down. He'll just walk up through after doing big chest.
Yeah. Oh, if you get to walk through, it's only a little bit faster to go that way as opposed to the other way. Small key to Misery Mire, our second. Okay. That's, any heart before cold stare is one I'll take. I'm not gonna complain about that. I think that's a 9th. That's pretty important for surviving 2 accidental run-ins with Puff. GFE following right into ice, which I believe is one of the dungeons where Boots helps the least. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to be in for a quick one, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's not good for Skele, though. That could be problematic for Skele.
Why?
Yeah, well, I mean, just because he burned his 3rd key, so he doesn't have a key to beat Arm.
That's true.
He doesn't have a key to beat Helma yet. So he's tacked on a key to his Go mode. Alright.
Okay. The thing that I was thinking about is that the most likely Go mode item is going to be Swamp Small.
Yeah.
And just given the way items are laid out, it's very unlikely that is something that is stranded in Pod Big, just because the odds that Swamp contains a Pod Small or something behind Swamp leads to a Pod Small are really high.
Yeah.
This is just when you get into these seeds where Swamp Access is one of your remaining things that is putting you into Go mode, it usually is something that tells you should play the seed a lot closer to logic than you normally would think about it.
Yeah. I do think we have 2 GT smalls, so we don't really get a lot more into logic in GT basement right now. But I think probably both runners go full clear everything but GT big chest next.
Probably.
I mean, well, Skele can also make the play to do to kill Trinex, I guess. But GT will be along.
You want to do the Trinex kill probably later because it deposits you kind of out of the way. And also, I think there's some incentive to. Okay, well, I guess we are here doing this one right now. Which I guess Skele doesn't know is or isn't in logic. Well, is in logic now, but
yeah, he doesn't.
That's
that's interesting
because. Well, I guess yeah, that is interesting for one reason. Go ahead, if you want to explain this fun.
Oh, but it doesn't. Like,
yes, it does.
Yes, it means that we could have the moon pearl on the pyramid.
Or on the top of the pyramid. Yep.
Yeah. That's
if we find Castle Tower.
Yeah. We've seen most of our connectors, though, which is another problem.
We have the 2 paradoxes, DM Descent. We haven't checked the twins, correct? And then...
Yeah, we haven't seen any of Hyrule Castle. But we haven't seen Bumper Ledge, we haven't seen... We're still missing 3 must connects. So...
Bumper Ledge, Safety Door, and Desert Trash Entrance.
Yeah.
Which I count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So half of the connections have to lead to one of those, and then there's 3 free available ones. Okay, well, everything Ice Armos is just in logic. That's fine.
Yeah. GFE's gonna skip doing... We'll skip Spy Cases, not gonna get that second CT small.
I both do and don't hope that that's the answer.
I think it would be a really funny seed. It'd be a really scary seed.
Okay, very deep, or I guess not even that deep in logic book. Okay.
Skele didn't grab the small key. Well, I guess no, he's at 3. He hit the number.
Exactly. Yeah, you hard do not need that small key if you have 3 coming out of it.
Yeah. Only if you wanted to open that middle door, but nobody opens that middle door.
There are times without a mirror that you do, but
yeah.
You know, not really today.
No.
So this is locked by another. Okay, sure, we'll take that. We have our choice of boomerangs for our choice of fast strats. Skele choosing the traditional blue boom fast strat. Which I believe is always technically a little faster. But it looks way less cool than just standing in the door and throwing the red boom.
I think Skele, I'm hoping, I think Skele's probably hoping to try to grab a pot small right now in this Grip 3 GT just so he can finish off pot as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's only really punishing if they're really grossly buried, because it's just really easy to get back to. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, sure, why not?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Sure, that's a room. If you guessed what number is that, you win. That's great. Okay. So we are Swamp Small and find, or Swamp Small and maybe find back a desert
or Mire.
That's it. Find Mire. Yep. Okay. Well, sub-hour an item and up to 2 entrances from go. Okay. With this wonderful, basically only doors layout of CAC, too.
God. Oh god, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So
GFE does have those boots.
he finally has his boots.
Oh, we're on one arrow. Oh no.
He's got half magic, he's got Burna. The play versions.
Backup strats. This is fine. This is fine.
We're not climbing GT anyway. We're just gonna go beat Armos. Elma.
Yeah. So, let's see. Just like, we know 5 crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're missing. We have full info too. What the heck? I am honestly kind of shocked that Skele is going. We don't even have a moon pearl yet. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, 15 minutes, and we might not. We could theoretically have a moon pearl seed if we can do the bunny revives properly.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we didn't go kill Helma before we headed this way, or I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I think he's. Hopefully, he might be getting scared of logic right now, and trying to figure out a way around.
The other thing that this. Oh well, okay. We're just gonna go do that next. Maybe. I guess the other thing that this does is it gives you an excuse to maybe end up in Dark World and do the map check that gives you the info.
Yeah. Yeah, he has maps for Skull and Meyer. It'd be nice to know.
Well.
Okay, so what is our... So this is almost... Paradox Cave is almost certainly Moon Pearl Lock now. Because I'm not sure we have a...
No. It could easily be anywhere walkable in Dark World. Like, it could be Darkling's house or...
Yeah, true.
Okay, never mind. That is... Yep. Anyways, okay. Moon Pearl locked. We're just gonna see this blind check in this nice mirror spot.
Yeah. Skele pulls the ALTTPR. So if he shows a crystal, it's on a 5/6.
That's not necessarily true, because you could just get into the graveyard ledge. I'm shocked that we just haven't seen the map check from Skele to know what we're doing from this point.
Yeah, well, it's on top of Castle. You could have hopped down and beaten Skull Woods.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that looked like a pendant to me real quick. Yep.
Yeah, pendant.
There's that mark off. We're gonna pop into Thieves. 2 out of 3, you know? Plus, it's the logical items, some amount of, I guess, defense.
Yeah. Okay, so... Can you carry the big bomb as a bunny? It's something I don't remember messing around.
We don't have the bomb shop yet, so...
Yeah. I'm just trying to think... Oh! Okay, well...
doesn't mean anything yet, but that's big.
Yeah, there's Ice Rod for GFE. So now Trinix is on the table.
About 2 pixels off of the God Pixel on that dash, so we get bounced around a little bit in this Thieves Town. Doesn't really matter because the crickets are rats in the attic because we are in the light world and they are, you know, double down enemies, and you just will never die to them if that is the case.
Yeah.
GFE on his way to collect yet another crystal. That flute's actually really clutch for him because he has to go back to Hera, and that's our fastest way. I guess the old man save and quit isn't that bad though, so not a huge save compared to that, but
No.
just getting all the arrows here because on our count, but not a big deal. That's why the restock's in that room.
Yeah, well, GFE's managed to pick up all the Dark World maps except for these now. So he'll have full dungeon knowledge pretty shortly.
Yep.
I mean, an hour in, this is usually kind of where I'm like in a Crosskeys seat. I'm usually hoping to finish my world exploration map. Meanwhile, our runners are heading in for possibly their second or third crystals.
Yeah, this is, even by, like, top player standards, this is a pretty blazing seed. Again, also because our Swamp Small locations are, non-deterministically logic-locked. Not, like, truly logic-locked, because, you know, it's always possible that it's, you know, buried somewhere horrific, but again, 10 or 9 items back there that could potentially lead to anything else that would lock it out of logic. Just vaguely thinking through everything we have besides the ice rod is cleanly in logic.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the big keys, but you know, I haven't really been keeping track of that.
I mean, a bunch of our big keys are 4 GT key locked, so like.
Oh yeah, the entire room.
All around the room.
Yep, which was Meyer, Pod, and GT itself.
Yeah.
Nothing in Back of Thieves, and it is our green pendant. So our full knowledge is that we have to find Meyer, and we have to find the Swamp Small, and find Desert.
Yeah. So GFE now knows, has some more information here. Oh, and Skele never did this other entrance down here, which was the library, so this will be his cape if he wants it.
Yep. And I believe he knows both sides of Meyer, so not a huge pickup. Or, not Meyer, both sides of Bumper.
Yeah.
And we're also going to pick up this book entrance here.
Yeah.
Which was 4 GT locked, but not a huge deal. And again, still no Moon Pearl. It is... Let's think about this. Where do we have access to? There's a couple gross bunny walks. We could technically do the tablets, but it's probably neither of those. Because of the 4 GT lock on the book.
Yeah, it could just be that it's the Brothers connector is the Bumper Ledge connector, Light World, and it's Form Cave.
This looks like off to clear a known crystal.
Yeah. Skele could also do Skull Woods, but it's opting not to.
Yeah, I think that the difference between the Hammer Trinex fight and a Tempered Sword Trinex fight is basically none. But if you have a Tempered Sword for Moth, that fight is just way nicer.
Sure. I guess this is also 3 items. Like he'll get this
also
4 items.
Well, yeah. So 3 of these items could be the Moon Pearl, but the item on Moth is definitely not the Moon Pearl.
Correct. For those who are wondering why that's not the Moon Pearl, there is a 4 small key into Skullwoods in the. Oh god, we could have a vanilla. Could we have a vanilla Moon Pearl? Or was our hair big key?
It was deep in... Actually, it was one of the ones in that GT room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think Skele only got 2 hammer hits the first time, so he's gonna have to get a 3rd.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. It's 3 and 2 either way. It's just, oh no. With Hat Magic, we can kind of just dump whatever we want into here.
Yeah. And he's got a green potion as well. Oh god, GFE getting the Moldorm, like, rejection back up onto the platform. That happens every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. projected onto the platform, onto the lower floor platform. You know, it's just one of those days sometimes. And it looked like he actually got the aggro phase with Master Sword if you accidentally pip it wrong. That's a slightly deep in logic shovel there, but, you know,
Yeah.
not necessarily going to stop us.
Until we find the CT small and mitts. Still value night objects, unfortunately.
Okay. Three truly in logic checks here for Skele. Maybe we'll get our Moon Pearl after our third crystal.
Nope. Not there. So GFE now knows these towns the green pendant by process of elimination.
Which does mean that he will probably kind of ignore it. Which is good for him. That's actually basically all of the time save of boots that Skele had erased by not having to do the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah.
Pretty close to it.
Well, we're gonna go do Skull Woods now on Skele's side.
Yeah, that checks out to me.
Because Magic Bat is
that was
the castle drop down.
Okay. That all makes sense, and this is potentially our Moon Pearl. I would actually be really amused if it was the Swamp Small and the Pearl was just in Swamp. Because everything else to get in is logical. Okay. Who is ahead here was asked by Rob. It's hard to actually say who's ahead. I think that this flute is going to make this come really close very quickly.
Yeah, I think it's...
Especially because, like, normally at this phase of a race, like, if you get a flute at, like, the hour mark in a Crosskeys race, it doesn't save as much time as you would think, because you're usually just trekking through Dark World, doing Dark World stuff, and you can't use the flute there. But, because the flute, like, because we don't have the Pearl, this flute is actually going to save GFE a lot of time.
Yeah. I think Skele's going to get it soon. He's just kind of probably playing a little greedy, waiting for he's probably just waiting for one more pod small so he can just empty out pod when he gets back to it, but he probably does pod mixed.
I would actually say that he's probably waiting for Pearl so that he can do stuff that's in logic as opposed to like the pod stuff. Because going back to that pod big chest is a minute that I don't know if you really... In Swamp Small Go, I don't know if you want to spend that minute.
True. That's fair. That is Skele's third crystal.
Like I kind of want to, in Skele's spot, get the Pearl, check every Dark World entrance I can, and then go back to that pod entrance or that pod chest if I still need to find myths or something.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see a little catch-up here from GFE with the mirror and stuff, looking for things to do. That's like art.
Yeah. So this is Skele discovering this. We have a medallion check.
Yeah. Quake. For TR.
Yep. Do we take this somewhere? What do we have to do with this?
Skele's going to go take a look at either tablet.
That's okay. We don't... I guess... I don't know. I guess it's... Oh, no. Why are you over there, Dead Rock?
It's okay, he despawned him.
This is a spot where my inclination is just to play so tight to logic. I guess this Hera Big is also, like, close enough to logic. It's one GT small lock that you kind of want to push it. our only Dark World access right now that we know of, we haven't followed the Twins connector, but the only Dark World access that we know of is we have access to, the pod area entrances, and then the like Swamp Palace, Dark Link's house, Dark Fortune Teller trio.
Yeah,
That's
the pod area entrances aren't logic right now, just because we went through the bottom of Super Bunny Paradox Cave to get there, and we can't get to the one entrance to Paradox Cave. And the other entrance to Paradox Cave is Graveyard Ledge, which we need a Moon Pearl to get to begin with. And if we had a Moon Pearl, then we flip her over there anyway, so it's not a big deal. Skele's...
So we're burning out of logical checks real quick.
There's only like two entrances in logic in the Dark World that we have right now, and it's Bomb Shop and Dark Lake Shop, and
Swamp, right? No, we got a connector out there. Yep.
Swamp's the old one in connector. So I was gonna go take a look at this shovel.
Yeah, this feels like it's potentially set up for a bunny walk versus taking the unknown Brothers connector.
I mean, the Brothers connector could be...
Okay, just the one-off check of the pretty deep out of logic shovel. That was... I guess it's only one T... I guess it's a TR small and 2 pods out of logic, because you need the ice rod.
Yeah. So this is going to be pod for Skele.
Yep, and we'll see if he goes all the way back for that flute. Oh, no. Okay, I was going to say we have another set of horrible checks, but we need another GT small before those are real things. Because, fortunately for the runners, the GT big key is for GT key locked in Rando room. Okay, Skele going to pick up the flute. We're going to be basically at parity then, I would say.
Yeah.
Actually...
Skele...
slightly ahead.
Well, GFE hasn't gone and done Paradox Cave and gotten the stuff for Thieves Town.
Yeah, I guess it's a matter of whether he does Thieves. If he does Thieves, he's a little behind, but if he manages to put it off, I think he's ahead, because this helmet kill is going to eat a decent chunk of time otherwise.
Yeah, but now GFE's also now doing solo boots checks at Skele, which means he probably is going to get funneled into doing the Brothers connectors as well. It'd be interesting to see where that goes, because that could be like in my head with kind of how everything's shooken out, I think that's probably going to be our bumper ledge connector, because that's the only one of our must connects that'll get us a new entrance.
Let's see. You could take us to Meyer area too. We still have
True.
more connectors outstanding than we have must connects remaining.
True.
There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exits basically available.
Yeah.
Just like crossing off an entrance on each, and 3 must connects we still haven't found.
Yeah, here's going to be Bonk Rocks or GFE. And then we'll see if he pulls on the trigger on this, or he pulls the trigger for Paradox, because Paradox is items. Gonna take a look.
That's enough to come back to. Just gotta know. It's also auto logic item, or all unknown logic status items. Okay, well, that's a quick way back to Swamp, but that's about it. I guess we already had a quick way back to Swamp from the save and quit.
Yeah. Yeah, so this will be GFE heading over to the Paradox, doing Paradox Cave out of logic.
So are we in Bunny Walk territory at this point?
Pretty much. And
We've done everything on the right side of Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Right? And we've done...
Yeah, and unfortunately, even though GFE is going to get one key out of logic here, I'll probably go take the opportunity to go see if maybe whatever he needs is that one check in the cell check in Thieves. What was our cell check in Thieves Town? Because that's the one check that was in logic.
It was not useful. There was nothing in back. full cleared TR. We have full cleared thieves. We have the checks we can't legally access in Skull Woods yet. We have one check in Pod, but I'm not counting on it.
Yeah.
We have one check in a desert.
Yeah, so at this point, I think our runners are essentially have kind of like evened up on decks with Skele just having done Thief Sound.
Yeah, I wonder if GFE takes this exit chance to like
oh
go
no,
to the Pod
yeah.
area.
All right, well here we go.
I don't. Yeah.
This is also an option. This is technically out of logic because we don't have the fourth GT small, but once all 4 GT smalls are in logic, all 4 items upstairs are in logic. But I think Skele finally has the arrows for this, so he's going to do it.
I love how that's the constraining factor.
He's been at 0 arrows for a shockingly amount of time. He did Armos and Vitreous, so I don't really blame him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think right now the question is like, do we get in, or is our logic that we are somehow looking for one of our 2? We have like 2 entrances in the Dark World that it could be, and one of those like leads us to a GT small, and it's upstairs, and this makes. You know.
There's more. The problem is that all of our outstanding connectors are things that we are allowed to follow in Dark World. Like, it's very easy for one of these remaining exits to just be a Hyrule Castle, and then that kicks us out of some random, Light World entrance, and then we have, I guess, 2 items in Hyrule Castle in logic, or it's a Fairy Ascension that takes us to Bumper Ledge or whatever.
We don't really have a lot left in, it just would have to be one of the mirror entrances in Light World in desert area, or we don't have a lot of connectors left outstanding. That's the problem. Like a lot of Light World entrances left to reset our status, other than Bumper Ledge.
What else do we have? It would King's Tomb. We could get back into
King's Tomb, I guess.
It's King's Tomb and King's Tomb and Light World Bumper Ledge, DM Descent.
Yeah, and then it's just like Maya region connectors, which is
there's also all the deserts. It could be any of the deserts.
Yeah,
a Hyrule Castle that spits you out of the desert would actually make a lot of sense here.
So GFE is going to bunny walk over out of logic here to a couple more of these entrances in the Dark World.
I am so okay with this because we have Flute to get back to Flute 5, and well, that's not logical, but that's cool.
That'll probably clean up the logic a little bit right now, because we can go take a look and see what's at our Maya region, and that's probably going to give us the answer, more than likely.
Yeah, and the reason I like this from GFE, despite it being I have boots and I'm bunny walking without them, is that if we just find Meyer, we're just there. That's just happening, and we get to resolve something that's this seed wraps up super quick. And I just want to point out the absurdity here. Skele has 5 crystals done and is climbing GT at the hour 20 mark, as well as a pendant done, correct?
Yeah, 2 pendants.
Done. Oh my gosh. Yeah, anyways, this seed has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, so GV's going to knock out the last its entrance that we kind of care about. Oh, it's Jessica.
Oh, great point from Jay Coper in chat. We have these 2 logical CT smalls. So if we found Castle Tower, that's a dead climb. That does not feel good. If we found Castle Tower somewhere in logic, we would then have access to these myths.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I just wanted to say that.
So we're going to go do the bunny walk in here for... We only have 2.
Will out of logic bunny walk do better than in logic bunny walk? Skele picking off this still out of logic book here, but kind of think it might be. I guess it's a little slower to just come back through the connector, but not a ton.
Well, there's Dam Descent. We have a connector into the Maya region, which is probably going to be picked up by Skele in literally 30 seconds.
Yeah. Just got to get through these jerks and the jerks on the next screen, and then the jerks on the next screen. These are not the friendliest screens bunny walking.
Thankfully, we got Bloomy on 13 hearts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so yeah, again, we do not have the Moon Pearl. We just have 5 crystals, a GT completed.
Hey, there's
There
Dam
we
Descent.
go. Okay. I think we have discovered the logic. Skele just making darn sure that he wants to take that and not find, like, a Hyrule Castle right here. Okay, yeah, sure, Seed. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, there's Misery Mire. So we're essentially in a Swamp Palace small hut now.
Yep. GFE health. GFE health. Yeah, okay. Great spot to pop a blue potion.
So,
we're doing big chest first. Oh. Okay.
alright, which one of these chests is going to have our Moon Pearl?
Yeah, I guess this is actually a pretty heads-up logical play because we're still a small key away from the left side checks, with the Swamp Small and Moon Pearl being our next things.
Yeah.
So I don't mind doing big chest first and just doing the top check here, doubling back. This is like a reasonable skip, especially because you have relatively fast access back. And I guess, I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh, we aren't skipping. Okay, so we're just gonna... We are skipping? Okay. I'm getting tripped up every single room.
I mean, honestly, with where the seed is right now, I kind of feel like... See if you can pull the Swamp Small. It could be Moon Pearl Go mode, for all we know. And the Moon Pearl's in Swamp. And we have the Swamp Small somewhere, so... Like, sticking extremely close to logic here, I actually don't hate too much. And skipping
yeah, especially
right
with
now.
all the other Swamp items.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That was the is this go mode fear. Is this go mode? Okay.
Yeah, I think you go straight to the back, and then you come back in later, after the fact, and do it.
Yep, that checks out. Especially once you're all the way over here already. That's not a small key.
Wait, where did we get the sword in Mire? Was that Compass Chest, or was that, Bridge
It was
Chest?
3 key locked.
Okay.
It was, the top left chest here. So GFE gonna be the first to Vidi by a pretty solid margin.
Yeah.
And something has to be in here, right?
I think we got our last spot small, so we could have Moon Pearl. No, wait,
We
that was
only
only
have
our
5,
fifth.
though.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's on Vidi. Unless there's something else that we forgot about?
No, because we have to do this in order to get our Moon Pearl to get our access to our mitts.
We think, yeah.
You know, not sure where else we can get at. Like, Mire entrance is Bombos, which we can pick up, but like
That was a really nice eyeball bowling right there. A little slow, but that second hit clipped so many from GFE. It was just a little slow on some of the movements. Okay, so we still have more of the seed to play.
Moon Pearl and an entire Dark World to go find the Swamp Palace small key.
Yep, best of luck, have fun. Yeah.
Is GFE gonna go back in? No. Okay.
I think once you find the pearl, you're just sort of done.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go back in. There's just too many items to spend probably 2 minutes on that.
Yeah. So GFE's gonna start working his way through the Dark World here. It'll be interesting to see if he does these down or not.
We know it's in logic because we have access to that.
Yeah.
We have not found. Let's see. We've not found Mini Moldorm Cave is the only 5-item cave we haven't found, if I'm tracking correctly.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that. I don't think we've seen Meyer shit either. So
Yeah,
that there's still a few caves here and there that are valuable, but in terms of density, there isn't a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking more about how much we prioritize known items versus entrances.
Yeah.
Like CT is also technically a 2-item entrance we can find.
Yeah.
Honestly, I actually think the spot that they're supposed to rush is Skull Woods. I don't think we're supposed to be doing all these checks. I think you just take the guaranteed 5-item cave and an entrance. I guess it's 4-item because of the small, but that's so many items.
True. Is that our swamp house? No.
I love how this is the classic Crosskeys big key dance, but it's just a small key that we're doing it with. Where you just open every chest and it's like, is it going to be the last big key you open? It's just a different sprite that we're looking for.
Yeah. Now Skele did not do one thing that GFE didn't do was he could have opened up the Meyer entrance, and he opted not to.
Skele actually has not pulled that Bombos yet, it looks like.
No, because that was the Dark Hindhot. Or Dark Agena cave entrance. So, he'll probably just, while he's here, he'll just run back and do it.
So we get to do this exit that I believe we already have crossed off on Skele's side.
Yeah.
GFE will get to do Dig Game, though.
Yeah.
And I guess as Skele, it's actually kind of interesting if you want to do... I guess you probably just still want to do Skull first. I just hate doing the slow way.
Skull, you want to find Skull or Hyrule Castle at this point.
Yeah, Skull, Hyrule Castle, those are the dense checks.
Yeah. Oh, cool. These are... not needed, but we'll take it.
One more item cave down.
Yeah, we'll see where Skele goes.
We have not found... We have not found Saha's hut either, correct? So that's a nice little 4-item cave for Skele.
And GFE's gonna go start the Smith chain.
Yep, makes sense from this direction. Especially with Flute to clean up a relatively nice Smith location.
Yeah. Yeah, he's over sitting next to the lake over there. Skele doesn't have the mitts because they're over in the pod region, so he can't do Smith chain yet, so... It's just going to be how much GFE goes for overworld clear versus dungeon clear, because Skele's kind of finished all the dungeon clears. Except for Desert Jack when it shows up.
It feels like you're really supposed to dodge the GT climb here, but Thieves I could easily see getting pulled into. So we're just getting this nice and sort of free. I'm glad that GFE is picking this up, and I think Skele
He skipped
maybe
this.
should have on the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
again, it's close if you debate the logic, but this check is not the worst to just go do, and it's right here.
Yeah.
We have the bad drop. Doesn't really matter because we've already killed Moth and have spare smalls for days. Okay, so our 6th pod unlocks our 4th GT, which unlocks our climb.
And we never did find the skull with the big key, so
That's
that is
fine. It's not real. It can't hurt us.
You know, Moon Pearl is 4 GT small locked.
Hmm?
Our buyer big key was in random room.
I want to reconfirm that. Okay, well, there's our 6 pod small in this Saha in the
And then I'm probably. Oh no! You know what? No, it's not. Random room is 3 GT key locked. The CP's the GT big keys was in random room.
Oh, right. Well, we're never finding that big key to Skullwoods. That can just sit there.
We'll find it eventually.
You have a good point about that wonderful conditional logic thing.
It's one of the few times that conditional logic kicks in for entrance randomizer. I've seen it happen once else's tournament. Oh god. Yeah.
Anyways, we're just doing the checks. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, we had to bribe Mike to get us the answer on that.
Okay, so the Mitts have really not turned up anything for GFE. One more item cave off the checklist. Just we don't really have a lot of big item caves to find, so we're just kind of chasing down.
It's just
really
mini Molder,
low density things.
It's mini Molder Cave in Hyrule Castle, and Hyrule Castle, it's only 2 items because we still need the Hyrule Castle small key for the other 2.
Yep.
Other Skele will go north here, kind of like that'd be his denser play for entrances at least. Things go.
Nope.
Oh god.
Okay, well there's a yep.
All right.
The game. Well, so the other thing I wanted to point out about going north is that we're definitely approaching the point where every overworld item that we can find is good, and Catfish is starting to look good.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Skele still has 2 in the south, but
honestly, I guess that Fairy Ascension is kind of slow to follow, but I might have followed it just because it's. Oh no.
Well,
we don't know. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to worry about it. It's fine.
Hey, he sounds in logic now. Well, it's been in logic, but yeah.
Yep. So GFE is following this. It's 1 out of 3 to dump us out at Bumper Cave. Oh, here we go. The last good check in the game.
We still have
and everything's bad. Okay, there we go. GFE taking the shortcut.
Ice fall.
There
it is!
Ellie hits go mode. And GFE is going to get baited into this Hyrule Castle for a couple minutes, and then... Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit behind, it looks like.
Yeah.
And... Wow. Okay, so, yeah, between the 2 players, we will have completed... basically the entire game by about an hour and 45. This is a crazy seed.
Yeah.
Tempered sword, so that fight should be pretty easy. At least for, these players are very competent at their tempered sword, silverless cannon.
Yeah.
Especially Skele's tracker displaying multiple potions as backup.
Green and the blue.
Ganon's just...
Yeah.
Yep.
Green, blue, half
Ganon is
magic.
just
And
in Lost Woods.
yeah.
This nice little hookshot strat to get to that key a little bit quicker. Wow, this is a great seed to commentate. You just get all the action, and then you're out with a little bit more time than you expected.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Dark Cross time. Skele hoping for silvers.
Yeah, those checks are just so right there that it's really hard to not open them.
Yeah.
I will dash by this one, though.
Alright, GFE, I guess, is going to take a look and see where some of these other entrances go. Has Mitt's Dark World access, so like getting back to Vo isn't the worst thing in the world, but... Oh, good!
Oh, okay. And we now know where the last one goes, because we haven't seen a safety door yet.
Yeah. Which means he's going to go getting into Mini Wilbur and gave it just a second.
Yeah, be about a whole swamp behind, which is, fortunately... probably a bit more than even a Ganonfall.
Yeah.
Swamps in Light World, so I guess... I don't know if it's faster to flute 8 or to flute 3 here. I haven't timed that. 8 being the whirlpool and running out to the forest, and then 3 being hook speed off of the stairs here.
I think it's 8.
Say, it depends if you take the trick whirlpool or not. Skele gonna drop into Ganon just before the 140 mark.
Yeah. So I'll probably finish with the 141, 142. Which, considering that he's done every single boss in the game except for Lambdalos.
Yeah, that's in
and Aga
1, but, you know, that's not a real... we didn't do Aga 2, actually. We got the cut our climb a little short.
True, true. Still managed to get through 12 of the 13, 15 bosses in this game. Gee, he's got his Becky clipped on. Alright, where are silvers going to be?
Probably left side swamp. There literally are just not other checks left. I don't know where else.
Left side swamp, Aga Tower. Skull Woods would be hilarious.
Or Mire Shed. Skull Woods would be pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. The worst spot for Ganon to teleport there, but we're good.
Yep.
Yeah, this should be Skele lining up for the triples. 1. Yeah, this is pretty clean execution.
Yeah.
I have not been counting, so Ganon will explode at some point in the near future.
Yeah. I think you had a double it first, so there we go.
Okay, so just under or over 141, depending on the cutscene timing. Skele will be finishing. GFE will discover this just as he gets the 7th crystal. Really, really close race. A lot of things that actually could have swung it either way.
Yeah.
Boot's advantage was huge in the start. GFE recovered a lot of it, but was just a little short to that last item.
Yeah. And that's a final time of 140.58 for Skele. Gonna try to get him in for an interview, I think. I think GFE's gonna go try to finish the seat out. I see Skele in the waiting room, so I'll go pull him in. GG Skele.
Yo, GG.
That was kind of an insane seed.
Dude, when I found Meyer, I was so hoping that the Moon Pro was going to be locked in behind the GT entrance. That would have been so funny, and it was actually like kind of realistic at that point.
We knew. Well, I mean, it really couldn't have been because Colwitz was a crystal. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I was close to being Moon Pearl for God mode, but it was Moon Pearl to get Swamp Owl Swamp for God mode. Yeah, unfortunately, like for you, thankfully there was so little Dark World access at the end of the seed when you were kind of hunting that Moon Pearl, because GFE did a bit of bunny walking after going through Paradox Cave to the pod region, and he found hammer pegs in Monkey House, and that was the mitts.
Oh. Okay.
So like we were at that point, it was kind of pretty clear. It's like, okay, we're going into the Maya region somehow through a connector in Dark World. Is it going to be Swamp? It's going to be Bomb Shop or Lake Shop, because those are the only two entrances it could have been. Well, yeah. No.
Part of why I didn't want to go through that Paradox connector is I think it is not in logic, right?
Not without the
Graveyard
Ledge.
Ledge. Yeah. And the block side was the one in the light world. So, yeah, I just wanted to check the stuff that was really close. Otherwise, I was not going to mess with that. It always felt like there was stuff I could do instead of bunny walking. Like, there were so many dungeons. Like, all the dungeons in the light world. So, yeah. I never really felt that incentivized to actually, like, explore the overworld too much, at least as a bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, neither.
And they were all of the worst 3 bunny walkable entrances available, too. And the thing that we kind of noticed and didn't realize at the time was that GT climb was actually in logic because it was GT big in rando room.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Locked.
Yeah, it was 3 key locked because I think the final GT small showed up in the last check in pod. Big key chest, because GFE did. Unfortunately, like it was very, very close. You were both kind of running around Vu at the same time. I think we're being joined by GFE, who finished with 143.47. GG's.
Hey, thanks for the GG's.
That was a seat.
Just find the small key.
Yeah, like a real needle in a haystack.
Yeah, like
to the extreme.
Thirdly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was hoping we could have Moon Pearlus, and we could have if Viddy hadn't have given it to us. You could take beams into Mini Moldorm and get that small key.
Oh yeah, I guess you could.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how, like, what was any particular person ahead when it came down to the small key hunt, or?
I would say
it was really close.
Yeah. Skele was ahead on checks, but you were both in the same region, and you had kind of skipped a lot of what Skele had done extra. Okay. Skele beat Thieves down in Klein GT, which you did not do.
Yeah.
Skele
was also significantly ahead to those boots just via the bomb jump, and then from there the time was spent back on clearing Thieves and then clearing GT Climb and doing some other stuff on the way.
Yeah.
So he sequence broke the boots early.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, about sub 10 minutes or so.
Yep. I considered it, but I was on 2 hearts. Didn't feel like death warping for it, and yeah, of course the boots are there.
Yeah, and I think also another kind of thing was that Skele, when the first only was up on Death Mountain, he went into TR and pulled the hookshot first trap.
Oh, he went in first trap. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a small key, or?
I did. I had a
Okay.
small key, yeah. I didn't have any way to kill the pokey, but I did have a small key, so I just did lava chest into chomps. And I was actually very unsure of what to do. Like, you guys
Yeah.
probably saw me kind of like walk back and forth, because I wasn't sure. Because at that point, mountain was out of logic for me. But I figured, like, there's probably a connector that goes up here anyway.
And then he saw desert, and
Yeah.
then walked down
Yeah.
a desert.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait a second, I got my desert palace picky. I gotta go back in here.
Yeah.
I
also
was-
forgot what was on the torch, so I had to look at it again.
I was there without a small key the first time I found TR, so I mean, I went back earlier than I could have for sure. But yeah, knowing that those boots and hookshot were both early for you, that makes a lot of sense with time difference and you being ahead on checks.
I would say that I think one thing that helped neutralize some of that time advantage, the boots advantage, GFE, was you
Mirror.
checked the save and quit a lot earlier than Skele did for the old man. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
think checked that for like an hour.
I
so
checked it right
you-
away.
GFE, you were also first to the flute by not a ton, but enough that it probably made up
A little
30
time.
seconds to a minute too. Yeah.
I'm assuming either Dark Link's house or the Dark Hylia's shop is
bomb shop.
the Dark Connector.
Yeah, it's bomb shop.
Because
Yep.
I was like, okay, is Aga at race game and you're supposed to kill Aga to get to your mitts to do this? Like, what's the situation here?
Yeah, no, it was bomb shop. Skele got there in logic. He never found the mitts.
Okay.
So like he never found the mitts, so he never got beat into the Smith chain. I think the other thing, but basically, like, you were all both running around the Village of Outcasts at literally the same time. I think you both probably pulled that Hyrule Castle small key within like 20-30 seconds of each other. I think the thing that kind of probably did it at the very end
Did
was
he take the connector or not?
he did not take the connector. He went straight to Mini Molten Cave because he had
I
also
took-
done Skull Woods.
And at that point, I was like about 95% sure that connector would come out on Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, it did.
So
Yeah.
And then, of course, what was on the other side of the mirror portal and for Bumper Ledge?
Hyrule Castle,
GFE.
so you can spend all that time for nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Hyrule Castle left was Light World Bumper, and then I took the front exit, which came out of Dark Saint. So that's when I went down to Mini Moldorm.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Relatively
was-
close CR at the end too, like a gap of 6-ish, which with the boots advantage is not that big
Yeah.
a deal.
I
Yeah.
considered climbing, and I considered Thieves down once I had the small, but I don't know. Thieves just feel so slow. Like when
Yeah, I
you're
didn't
hunting,
know what it was. I didn't know it was a pendant.
yeah,
Yeah, I think kind of like drove Skele over there was like that was your last glove entrance. You never got around to checking the desert rock entrance after pulling the glove because you were just bouncing around everywhere else in the world for a while.
Yeah, I actually never checked my map in the entire scene. It's just kind of funny.
shout outs to Wally.
Yeah, I mean, you'll know when when everything pops up. But,
Yeah, when I found the bomb shop and the big bomb was already there, I was like, I have no idea if this is in logic at all. Because I have no idea which crystals were the red ones.
Yeah, I had basically
The thing
every
is-
map but Thieves Down, and it was like I could be in go mode if
Yeah.
Swamp is just dependent, but why would it be? I don't know how long I was just hunting Swamp Small, but I'd say it was the same for you probably.
Yeah, you were both in Mire at the same time, so about the same.
yeah.
Yeah, and
That was a great
Yeah,
Myers
that
fallen
crystal
third
layout
Myers.
was- oh yeah,
Yeah, I thought maybe I should skip cutscene. But
I
I was
did.
like, if I just find the small key somewhere, this is going to be probably an enormous pain to get back to. So I just
Yeah.
did it right away.
I had mitts, so I wasn't worried about getting back. But I mean, I was never coming back until the end, probably.
Yeah.
I can't feel too bad about this one. Like Skele said, this is just ultimate needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Here's the world. Go find one small key, and you're gonna find every other small key in the game. I think I was missing a TR small, and then the skull small that was in Pinball Room.
Yeah, I think that's
That was
about
it.
right.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. That was one of the weirder seeds I've played in a long time, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, nothing like having like an hour in, you've already beaten like 4 crystals, and you're really just hunting like a location in a moon pearl and a small key.
Yeah, I'm still sad about the Moon Pearl stream dying on Biddy.
Yeah, I don't think there was really anything else that could have been though. Unfortunately, just because
I mean, it pretty much
Yeah.
had to be.
I could have been small. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then Pearl's on left side.
Pearl
of the
could have
thing,
just
and
been in
find it.
cutscene, and then I would have said no. Because I think the third Meyer Small was in Spike Chest, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But you don't know if you got the mystery magical progression heart container that puts that in logic.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
I had burn up.
And
I could have
you
had
never,
Kate.
you never went back for the
was.
cave. You never went back for the
There's no
cave. You
reason.
saw it.
That was
Did you-
what was under your desert rock, by the way, if you never checked it.
No, I did find it eventually, and I grabbed
Oh,
the
okay.
cape, and then as I was grabbing it, I was like, do I really want this?
Oh man,
Yeah. Oh.
that very early game felt a little sad. You know, this was one where you want a Houlihan probably. Hype with no bombs, and then I didn't get the 50-50 down in the corner of CAC. And then I went into pod and didn't have the small key from Link's house yet. So I ended up going back and dipping it a second time pretty early.
Yeah,
I found pod before Hype Cave, actually, just the way I ordered the
Got it.
village.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Actually, I was out of curiosity, GFE. What happened? What were your thoughts when you saw that lamp blocking the glove on Zor Ledge?
I
Was
was pretty sure flippers
It was gonna
were
be
somewhere like Desert Big or something like that, and that ends up being what it was. I was actually upset when they were there because I really wanted that mirror in Laser Bridge to maybe hide a little longer from Skele. Because if you don't have flips, I don't know when a person chooses to do that.
Skele kind of just motored himself down there with boots. And
Yeah.
already
Yeah,
having
that's
having
fair.
the flippers.
Yeah,
Already having the flippers too. So
Yeah. I'd already been through Desert twice, I think, without the big key.
that was a nice random room too.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
three big keys and I forgot what else.
I think a small key.
Small over there.
Yeah.
Quad small. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 bigs.
Yeah, we were hoping you were going to be like Pod Small for about Skele, but that turned out not to be the case.
I was getting a little bit worried about that.
I got all 6. So.
We even got the rare case of like the 4th GT Smalls locked behind 6 pod keys because
And
because
big key chest.
Random Room had the big key, and that means it's only 3 key locked. So they got that special logic showing up today. Second time this tournament, I've called the race where that's happened. By the way, so
Yeah.
Second
Call
one
any
I've
of my
seen.
races, thank you.
Second one I've seen with Moon Pearl on Biddy through a really stupid hot connector situation.
yeah, yeah. If you do want to check it, GFE Bomb Shop was the Vo fortune teller. Because I think you skipped that one going through it. By the
Because
way.
I took the connectors. So.
Yeah.
I was working my way to Skullwoods, because that's a lot of checks. Just never got there.
Yeah, I figured that was the best place to start. I mean, when the entire Dark World is open, that's like the one place I know there's actually items at least, so that's why I went there first.
By the way, I really hope silvers weren't just in Waterfall Room.
Oh, they weren't. I checked that.
Okay. I checked the 2 flooded, and I was like, I'm not doing Waterfall. Oh.
Well, maybe it was a Swamp Owl's big key in the Skullwood's big chest, for all we know.
True.
To lock the silvers, so who knows? Because that's the big key on Ped.
Oh, wait. I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
Skull base on Ped. I mean, Skele checked. Skele did Skullwoods and
Okay.
checked Ped when he fire routed the head.
Yeah, I would have checked Ped once I got up there.
Yeah, and then if the Swamp Small was there, then it would just be instead of trying to find the Swamp Small, I have
Where's
to find
Desert
Desert
Pack?
North.
Yeah. I mean, we had access to everything. I did. I guess you didn't have your mitts yet, but
Yeah, well, I had most things, at least.
the reason I was thinking Aga was going to show was because mitts were in Dark Saha, but it was hammer pegs. So, it would have been bunny logical.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Potion Shop was the Meyer entrance that just kept Ether. Yeah, useless ether. I'd say useless ether. You did use ether once, Skele.
I did. Yes, I had to justify it.
I thought about using it in Mini Moldorm, but I didn't have it quick swap too. So.
You have, yeah.
Oh, I didn't have it. Where was?
No, you didn't.
Where was that?
No, it was the mushroom turning item.
Oh, and I never
The Meyer
found-
entrance. And
Was
that's
the
where I
Meyer
Oh,
was.
entrance.
the Meyer main. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I never went to check that after picking up Quake.
But yeah, no, that was definitely one of the crazier seats I've seen. So
Yeah.
GG's.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
GG's, y'all.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks again. Thank y'all for the comms on this one. I'm happy to be at 3-1, to be honest. I knew this would be a tough match. And coming down to something like this is just how rando is going to be. So, looking forward to the rest of it. Maybe I can at least make the tiebreaker race this year. I've been one match short the past 2 or 3 years.
Yep, this tournament's always super fun. Really appreciate the restream. Thanks for comms and tracking and restreaming all that.
Yeah, thanks for putting on a great show.
Is that time for me to step in there?
Sounds good. Yeah. If we're gonna thank the trackers and the restream crew, let's let them talk.
Yeah, thank you to Comms for coming, for Laura Linda for coming in and helping me track. She's great at that. You guys for racing, of course, because if you guys weren't racing, we wouldn't actually have anything to put on. So, and Chad for coming out to take a look. So I'm gonna send you guys over to ZSR3 where they're doing a what is this thing? This is George Mass Standard Tournament Qualifiers number 3. So we'll send you guys all over to them, and you can catch the end of that. Otherwise, though, have a good night, and we'll see you guys next time.